Here we go.
She loves Steve Goncalves, so she pushes his stories out as factual.
Hello, how is everyone? I hope you are all well. You amazing, beautiful, wonderful people. It's Thirsty Thursday, and we're getting straight into the meat and potatoes. As a little birdie came over to my channel yesterday, I think it was them anyway, because it was like some strange tag, and it was like, hi, it's, I can't even remember what they said the name was. It's so-and-so, then forensic, and then they tried to suggest that there's going to be other charges brought against Brian Koberger, seeming to suggest that he's potentially a serial killer. So that's how we're going to premise this. But anyway, who am I talking about? I'm talking about this. And look, this ain't a diss track, because some of the things that she said I actually agree with. I know what I'll do here. Let's just change this and turn this into a circulate. Whoa, that's massive. Don't want it that big, do we? I should have done this before I come on, you know, but I didn't. So just forget about this bit. Just pretend this was all sorted out in the first place, and we'll just forget it happened. So yeah, look. So basically, forensic frenzy. Some of you may be fans. I can't say whether I'm a fan or not, because this isn't a channel I'm absolutely familiar with. But she is very clearly a fan of Steve Goncalves, for better or for worse. But she done this video. So this is going to be the topic of today, which is Kaylee Moneybags Goncalves. Now, go and watch this video. Go and watch it. It's worth watching, because the part that I agree with, and I'll bring my beautiful face back up onto the screen. What the frickin' hell am I doing? Because she talks about things that are pushed out by certain people. This seems to have stemmed from potentially TikTok, I think. Some creator who had said that Kaylee Goncalves had $100,000 in the bank. Now, what I will premise this by saying, so a premise on top of another premise, is I have not yet been able to confirm or deny that Kaylee Goncalves had any money in the bank. Any money whatsoever. I have no fucking clue whatsoever. I have no clue, so I can't tell you whether she did or she didn't. Some people say Steve Goncalves is a millionaire. Can't find evidence of that, and I don't think anybody could really find any evidence of that. I don't know. He seems to know what he's talking about with respect of money, and you will see that in this specific video by Forensic Frenzy, she talks about a post that Steve Goncalves that he did in response to this video that was done about Kaylee having $100,000 in the bank. And, you know, he's kind of making out like he knows how to deal with money. Now, what I will say is this will split the room. Because if you're that good with money that you can give financial advice, and you reckon do this, and this is what you should do, and we wouldn't ever use this because this has 5%, then why the motherfucking blue shit monkey balls are you going to the audience and asking them to pay for you to go to trial? Because surely, if you're that good with money, then you will have the money to do it. But then we have to go down that route of, well, if we can, why shouldn't we? Weren't necessarily them who said it specifically, but it was a comment that was put on their GoFundMe by the person who created it, and they had basically said that, paraphrasing, but pretty much it was, why shouldn't we? We can. Well, just because you can do something, that don't mean you should, especially if you are a millionaire. And like I say, I'm not saying they are, but that seems to be what people are thinking, and he seems to be the sort of person who believes that he can give sound financial advice. So, you tell me. Anyway, what are we talking about? So this video, what I want to do here is Forensic Frenzy. She obviously specialises in something to do with crime, I believe. She's something to do with crime. But one of the pieces in her video, she specifically talks about, if Kaylee Goncalves had $100,000 in the bank, why would she buy a used Range Rover? She wouldn't do it. She wouldn't do it. She does go on to say that some people around this case who are pushing out specific things clearly have a mental health defect, which that's stony ground, that. But anyway, what I want to tell you is, look, I know a few people who have got a lot of money. But when it comes to money and purchasing things, you've got what my granddad used to say. You've either got to have nothing, nada, or you've got to have so much money that don't fucking matter. Now, if someone's in the camp where they've got so much money, that don't matter. They can just buy whatever they want. They don't fucking care. And to be honest, some of these people as well, you would think where they got their money from. If they were given to it, if they were born into money, they're more likely to go and buy brand new things. Brand new things. And if they've got so much money, who cares? I'll go and buy that. Go buy a Tesla. Not really, not a Tesla. They blew up, apparently. Don't sue me. Do you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, if they've got so much money, it don't matter. But if somebody is relatively wealthy, or they're from a money perspective, they've got the head screwed on. They're not wealthy, but they've got a bit of money behind them, and they're clever and savvy. They won't buy a new car. They won't buy a new car. And I'll tell you why. Because the same reasons the people I know don't. Because they'll turn around and say, well, we don't want to get smacked by the depreciation. For a start, why would you go and buy a brand new car and then lose a fuck ton of money in the first few months? Now, I've got friends who have got that much money, they don't care, and they're buying cars left, right, and centre. And one of them lost, I think, in the last 12 months, £180,000 in cars. That's how much they lost just in depreciation of what they'd bought. But then you've got people who I know who are more savvy, and they're like, no, I'm not going to buy a new car. I'm going to buy a second-hand car that's gone through its depreciation. I'm also going to bang it on finance, so I don't feel it coming out of the bank because it's just this monthly fee coming out. And then when I'm done with it, I'll just chop it in and get something else. That's it. So to turn around and attack people for saying Kaylee Goncalves clearly hasn't got money, because if she would have had money, she wouldn't have bought a second-hand Range Rover Evoque. I think that's a null and void argument. I think you've kind of missed the point there massively. The fact that she bought a second-hand Range Rover Evoque does not prove anything. Doesn't prove anything at all. And in fact, it would point in a more, I would say, more of the direction that she did know what she was doing with money. She could have potentially had a bit of money behind her, so she knew that if any shit hit the fan, she's got backup to pay if a job fell through or she fell ill, a contingency, if you like. But she didn't want to go and shell out a chunk of money at the beginning. Why would she? Not when she's got a lump sum there and she can finance it. And while still simultaneously building up her credit to get better credit. She was young. And how do young people build up credit? By using and facilitating credit. But they do it when they're able to do it, when they've got, again, this contingency. What I want to say is, like I say, around this, with respect of money and the Goncalves, which seems to be a real sticky wicket with people, the reality is, and please tell me if I'm wrong, if you're somebody who can reach out, my email is in the description of this video and every fucking video that I do. If you have got absolute solid proof that would prove that this family, the Goncalves, are millionaires and Kaylee Goncalves had 100 grand in the bank and all that, then show me the proof. But what I will say is what I've just said. I'm not going to say it again, because that would double the length of this video pointlessly. Point being, I don't think that the fact that Kaylee Goncalves purchased a Range Rover Evoque proves anything. Doesn't prove anything. It's not important in the grander scheme of things. But what is, I think, important, not so much important, I just feel that it's a bit of a schneedy thing to do, is if the family do indeed, if they're wealthy, do you know what I mean? If they're wealthy people and they genuinely do have enough money to fund everything around them and they don't have to ask for handouts, then why would you ask for handouts? Is it truly that, well, we can, so we will, because they're financially, I don't know, they know what they're doing? And this is, at the end of the day, this entire situation has become a little bit of an income, if you like. And they're maximising it. Who knows? Let me know what you think, and I'll catch you all in the next one.